Welcome back to Kentucky Sports Television. We are happy now to be joined on Skype by maybe the most popular man right now in Big Blue Nation, Drew Barker, future quarterback at the University of Kentucky. Drew, thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
Yeah, no problem. Glad we could set this up, and looking forward to being on the show.
Yeah, a lot of people saw you on TV this past week. You're all over ESPN at the Elite 11 camp. Can you take us through that experience, kind of being with the other top players, and what it was like for you personally?
Yeah, it was just a very humbling and, very grateful experience, just to be out there with the top players in the country and, just to build so many friendships and go through so many unique experiences and meet so many new people. It was awesome. It was definitely probably, one of the greatest experiences of my life and, something that I'll never forget as long as I live. And, I have a lot of stories from it. So, it was a great time out there, and, I'm glad I, made my goal of making the Elite 11. So that was something big for me, and makes me want to work even harder to prove of that ranking.
Did you spend some time recruiting? You're most known, I think, at this point for being a recruiter, even more than a quarterback. Was that also like a recruiting trip for you?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to some guys. The quarterbacks were pretty busy throughout the week. They're putting us through crazy stuff. Like one morning we even had to wake up at 4 in the morning and go do a mountain run, a 4-mile mountain run. So just crazy stuff like that. But I got to talk to Braxton Berrios, TV Williams, Thaddeus Snodgrass, Josh Malone, just to name a few. So I was out there and I was still not so much as just recruiting, but, just building bonds with those guys. Cause, I think that's, even more important because, like I've said before, I think kids get kind of tired of hearing the recruiting thing, especially, at this point when they've been going through it for a while. So, just building bonds with them and, creating a friendship.
That bond is interesting. We talked to Vince Marrow a couple weeks ago, and he said the 2014 class at Kentucky is closer than any group he's ever seen already, and it's still very early. What is it about you guys that has made that bond so strong?
I don't know. I think we all kind of have the same type of personalities, where we all recognize, that UK is gonna need a lot of talent and just kind of like a unique type of group or type of class to come in there and really get things to where everybody wants them. And I think we all share the same characteristics. We all have that determination and will to turn the program around and definitely kind of bring in a new type of swag into Kentucky. That we're not going to back down mentality from anybody. Even the coaches are showing that, just the way they're recruiting with the top schools, and we had offers from those top schools too. So it just shows that we all kind of share the same characteristics and really want to turn this thing around.
Are you still getting people calling you, schools trying to recruit you?
Yeah. Not so much. Auburn still tries to talk to me, but that's kind of really the only one that's still trying to talk to me. But other than that, I don't talk to anybody back, so no worries.
When you look at these, especially this Elite 11 camp, Kentucky is not a regular presence at that, and you guys have done a lot to change the perception of football. Do you see a difference almost from the other guys, the way they receive you being a Kentucky commitment, and almost a different level of respect now has it changed in the last several months?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Everybody, recognizes me at these camps because I'm always wearing my Kentucky gear. So, going from the Rivals 5-Star Challenge to, the Elite 11 and then the opening with all those guys out there, they all know, just by what I wear and, what I'm repping that, I'm going to Kentucky. So, it kind of puts us more of on a national stage kind of. And, Thaddeus was out there too, repping Kentucky. So, these guys take notice of that and, they really see that, Kentucky's on the uprise. So, it's definitely a big thing for the program. And, it's cool to, be wearing Kentucky and representing the university at these type of things.
How has life changed for you since committing to UK? I'd imagine there's probably a lot more action on Twitter and things like that. But how different has it been for you since you made your commitment?
Yeah, it's been really different. I say it's a lot more stress-free. I really don't have to, I don't really have any more worries or anything, no pressure. I'm just kind of, doing me now, worrying about my senior season, the team, leading the team to hopefully a state championship. So, we're on the dead period right now. We start back up on Wednesday and have our first 7-on-7 on Thursday. So, I'm just worried about making sure our team comes together, and that's basically really what I'm focused on. And, there's like no stress or anything. It's just kind of awesome, recruiting for them, seeing people out in public. So it's just cool.
Now, I remember when you committed and we were sitting there talking, you said, I'm going to go out and get other guys to commit. I'm going to bring other players with me. You have had tremendous success, and the staff as well. It's been a group effort. But did you expect, you were number one in Rivals a couple weeks ago, and I think today it's 4, it changes. Did you expect to have that much success so soon?
Yeah, I didn't think we could get to number one. I knew we were going to have a really good class. I mean, when I committed, I guaranteed a top 10 to 15 class. So, I knew we had that type of potential, just by the guys that we were going after. But, having the number one ranking spot for a little bit, was pretty awesome and pretty surreal to see. Because, usually people are only used to that for the basketball team, and to have it, people double take and be like, what, that's the football ranking? That's pretty cool. And, it just shows the strides that we're making by leaps and bounds. The staff really hit the ground running, and, we're just taking off.
3 guys, I'll give you 3 guys. Matt Elam, a big target that the school's gone after in Elizabethtown. Then TV Williams is going to make a decision. Then Braxton Berrios, a wide receiver. Of those 3, how many of those 3 you think will play football with you at Kentucky?
All 3.
All 3. I like it. All right, the confidence. But now you're also a big Kentucky basketball fan. So before we let you go, we want to talk basketball. The big debate, at least on our show and a lot of people online, 2010 team, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, those guys, against the 2012 team, Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. If they played each other, who wins that game?
I don't know. That's kind of a tough question. The John Wall team was one of my personal favorites, but I felt like they really didn't have kind of like an outside presence. Like hitting the 3, and then on that 2012 team, they had D Lamb and guys like that hitting 3. I think I would go with the 2012 team. Just I think they had more depth. And that's tough. That was a tough question, but I have to go with the 2012 team.
Who's your favorite player of all time, UK basketball?
All time. That's tough. I'd probably have to go with. I don't know. I really like John Wall, but I also really like Cliff Hawkins when he played. So. It was between those 2. I really like Cliff Hawkins when I was little.
Cliff Hawkins, he's not appreciated nearly enough. Maybe one of the best defenders program's ever seen. Big fan of him. Drew, thank you for doing this. I enjoyed talking with you. Look forward to doing it again soon.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.